Hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having a lovely day, and today we're going to talk about cats because I have a lot of them. So today I figured we could just talk about all 6 of my cats. I guess I'm a crazy cat lady now, but that's okay because they need a loving home and I have a loving home for them. So today we're going to talk about all my cats. I feel like you see them in my videos, see them in the background of things. I talk about them once in a while, but let's get to know them a little better, you know? I feel like we should just introduce each one of them, let you know a little bit about them, their personality, all that, any issues some may have, because some do have medical needs more than others. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Of course, I do have a small business, theopencrypt.com, if you're interested. I did make some wine cups recently, which came out super precious. I need to restock the Here for the Booze one, because I think that came out the cutest. And I also have some new rose quartz earrings and necklaces. We have a whole bunch of stuff. I will leave a link down below for you. So without any further ado, let's get started talking about the kittens. Okay, so I don't know what order to do these in. We had 2 cats when I met Cortland. Each. We both had 2 cats. One of his cats passed away from diabetes last year, so he has 1 cat that came into the family, and then we also adopted 3 together. So I have 2 cats previously, he has 1 cat previously, and then we adopted 3 together, leaving us with 6 total cats, which is quite a lot, but luckily we did get a larger home, so it really doesn't feel like that many. And they really, I mean, each one of them was adopted from different means, so it's not like I went to a pet store and just decided, hey, let's get this like signature cat breed. These are just adopted babies. One did come from a pet store, but it was from Habitat for Humanity that put them in the pet store. Okay, so let's start off with our oldest one. Our oldest is 15 and our youngest is 7 weeks old. So our oldest cat is named Meathead. Meathead is a rude name that his mother came up with. So I have renamed him Biddy because I always called him Itty Bitty because he's got a bigger body and a small little head. So I've always called him Itty Bitty, which condensed down to Biddy, and now we just call it Biddy constantly because Meathead sounds rude, okay? It just doesn't sound like a nice name. I'm not going to call him something so rude because he's a honey. He's a sweet baby honey. And he's a beautiful, solid orange cat. He has a very distinguished look to him because, again, he does have a very small head, and he just has his face is very smushed together. His nose is very short, so I feel like he just has that little itty bitty look to him, and that's very sweet. Now, something different about this cat compared to the rest of them: 1, he's very old compared to the rest of our cats, and 2, he doesn't have toes. He's toeless. He has no claws. We did not declaw him. I wouldn't do that. He was like that when Cortland got him. He was an outside cat who had been declawed, which seems wrong to me. I don't believe in declawing because that's what cats are born with. They need it, and if they ever like accidentally get out, you know, on their own, they need to be able to defend themselves. So he was an outside cat who had no toes. Someone had taken his toes, and then he was an outside cat for many years. Cortland said he used to be able to bite and fight birds and, you know, hunt and stuff out in the wild, but he decided as the cat was getting older to bring him as an inside cat, and now he lives as an inside cat. I don't like that he doesn't have toes, but it is something different about him that is notable. So yeah, Biddy. He doesn't have any medical issues as of late. He does snore, so he has like a shorter passageway just because his nose is very congested. But as of right now, he doesn't have any medical issues. The real medical issues we'll ever have to take him to the vet for is he's had a couple of teeth problems, but nothing too bad. I guess let's go along the lines of their age. So down from 15, we have a 5-year-old cat, my precious soulmate. If you have an animal soulmate like me, let me know because Azriel is my soulmate. Azriel. I love Azriel. She's my little girl cat. I've had her since she was a kitten, so over 5 years now. I adopted her from the SPCA back in North Carolina. She came on the trip with me to Florida, and she's my baby. She's a cuddle bug, only for me. Only for me. Cortland wants to cuddle with her, and once in a while she'll give him a chance to she'll sit on him for a minute. I kind of feel it out, but then she goes right back to me. She loves me, I love her. We are destined for each other, me and this cat. Like I said, are soulmates. Azriel is very petite. She's a smaller cat. She's definitely, like, out of the adult cats we have, she is the smallest. Because she just has a very short stature. It's been noticeable. She has beautiful proportions, bright green eyes. She's very cuddly, only towards me. Like, I can't sleep at night without her on top of my body. Like, if I fall asleep like this, she's on my chest. If I fall asleep my side, which is most of the times, or like kind of side back situation, she's sitting on top of me. So I don't get the option to roll around in the night because she sits on top of me. It's just kind of her thing. She's very petite, she's very loving, she's very independent during the day. Like if she's not sitting with me on, like sitting at my desk, she's not sitting on top of me, she's out doing her own thing. So kind of independent cat. And she loves to yell at little fluffy soft ball toys. Like if there's like a fluff ball toy, she'll scream at it. And I love that for her. Okay, next cat, my other cats. So we have Azrael, and I also had another cat, which wasn't originally my cat to begin with, I think. But, you know, they've always been a pair. Azrael and Zatchel have always been a pair. So this is about Zatchel. I adopted Zatchel as a friend for Azrael. The person I was dating at the time, you know, really, they had a more of a connection. But when I left Florida, I didn't want to break up Azrael and Zatchel, and because the person I was dating at the time wouldn't be home all the time, we decided it would be best for me to take both of them to Florida with me to keep them as a pair. Zatchel is orange and white. He has really come out of his shell in the last 2 years, I'd say. I don't know what it is. Me and this cat have never had, like, we're not soulmates like Azrael. I still enjoy the cat. We still get along. It's fine. It's not like we're enemies or something. But he really just gravitates towards men. Like, he shows his affection towards men. He's always been this way. And so Zatchel really, like, he used to be scared of everything. When we first adopted him from the same SPCA that we got Azrael, he was very, like, reserved. He would always hide underneath the covers. Like, when you make the bed, he'll be underneath the covers of the bed. If you have a blanket on the couch, he's gonna crawl under the blankets of the couch. Anytime there is like 4th of July or something like that, we have to medicate him because he gets really bad anxiety. When we give him a bath, there's a possibility that when we like put him in a towel after his bath or set him in like even a new bed, there's a possibility he'll just anxiety pee. So he has anxiety problems, but no real other health conditions. He's a very tame cat. He's very reserved, and I appreciate that about him, but he just loves men. Like, if I put him in Cortland's lap, he's just gonna live his best life, you know? But if I try to sit with him, he's like, oh, this is awkward, and runs away. So we went 15 years old to 5 years old to 4 years old, and now let's talk about our 2-year-old baby. Our 2-year-old baby is probably like 2.5 right now. This is our cuddle bug. Out of all of them, this is the cuddle bug, and this is a Anubis. This is the first cat that Cortland and I got together when we were dating before we got married. We got him when he was 9 months old. And we got tricked. We got tricked into adopting him. So we adopted him from a local Caddyshack shelter, right? He was in a pet store, but he was from the Caddyshack shelter. And he was a foster cat. The lady who was his foster mom named him Ricky. That's not gonna work for me, first of all. Ricky's not gonna work. Anubis is a much better name. And she made him seem like he was just perfect. She's like, I have 9 other cats. This one just doesn't work for our family. And I was like, oh, is there anything wrong? He gets along with other cats. She's like, yeah, he's just a little bit different than the rest of my pack. And I was like, okay, fine. She's like, he's very loving. He will be the best cat for you. He's very sweet. He's very vocal. And I was like, ooh, I love vocal. I love sweet. I love cuddly. We brought him home, you know, just to find out that she tricked us into adopting him because he had a lot of medical issues. I don't blame her, but it's something I would have been happy to have disclosed to us beforehand because it was a real shock to our system thinking we did something wrong with his diet when we got him and he would poop involuntarily. All of his poops would be very stinky liquid. Pure, not even a smoothie texture. I mean, just like straight up liquid, very foul, very disgusting. This is a lot of TMI, but we're talking about their issues and stuff. And he would, you know, he would try to cuddle with us because he's a very sweet, cuddly cat. He would try to sit with us in bed, and he would end up pooping all over our comforters, all over us, any time of day because he didn't have any substance to it, and it would just leak out of him. It took hundreds and hundreds, probably like $1,000, $1,200 or so to find the right medication to fix his gastrointestinal problems. We put him on all kinds of fancy prescription foods. We gave him all kinds of medicines until one actually stuck and worked and fixed his bowel bacteria. So that was a whole trial and tribulation to get that under control. We still feed him sensitive food stomach just because we want to make sure that kind of bacteria doesn't come back in a bad way. But yeah, when we got him, he was a whole medical problem. But now he's absolutely the sweetest cat. We were talking the other day about like if all of our cats, which one we have to say is the most like perfect we think anyone would love, it would probably be Anubis. He's very cuddly, he's very vocal, he loves yelling at his toys, like his toy sloths and stuff. He has specific toys that this cat loves, a string and some little fake sloths. fake strings, like little plasticky bendable strings, little cloth bendable strings, and sloths. He loves Target toys. Target cat toys, he loves a Target cat toy, and he loves to just yell at them. He'll yell at the top of his lungs walking throughout the house when no one can see him, yelling at his toys. Cortland thinks it's crazy, and I love it. I love that he's so vocal with his toys. I think it's so precious. He also will cuddle with you. He loves my little cat pillows on our bed. He'll cuddle and I'll give kisses, and sometimes if you're just like sleeping, he'll just put his little nose on you and try to lick. He just gives kisses. He's the sweetest cat that we have. He is such a cuddle buddy. And also when we get a new cat, because we have 2 younger ones, he just loves to play with them. Like, he really takes them under his wing. He's the biggest cat. He weighs the most. But he's the sweetest, the most gentle, and he loves to take care of the smaller baby cats as well. He just kind of took them under his wing, and he's so sweet, and I love him so much. And my Booba Noodle. I call him Booba Noodle. His name's Anubis, but he's my Booba Noodle. Okay, so next up we have an 8-month-old cat. Now, this cat has either stunted growth from being fixed too young, or she has dwarfism. But this is Akasha. I did a vlog actually the day we adopted Akasha, and something in my soul, I don't know how to describe it, told me that I needed this cat. I don't know what it is. So there was a PetSmart very close to our old apartment that we could just walk to. Like, we could take the cat stroller, take one of the cats with us, and walk down to the PetSmart. It was super close, right? And then we always see cats up for adoption from Habitat for Humanity displayed on, like, in the little side of the store, right? And I've seen them always like, oh, they're so cute, you know, I always want to see the babies. Then one day there was 3 kittens, 3 black kittens, and one little side thing. And I don't know what it is inside of me. I broke down crying in the store. Something told me that I needed that kitten. And we ended up with the kitten that day. You can watch that vlog. I don't know why I needed that kitten so much. Like, we see cats all the time. We see cats for adoption all the time. I don't know why this one, I just like, I needed her. I needed her. I don't know why. I have no idea. Her name was Mint in the shelter. And I renamed her Akasha, named after Aaliyah's character in Queen of the Damned. If you haven't seen that movie, it's fantastic. R.I.P. Aaliyah. Beautiful, beautiful woman. Fantastic movie. Fantastic movie soundtrack. But, yeah, we have Akasha. She has stunted growth. She's very, very small. You would think she's like a 4-month kitten still, even though she's 8, almost 9 months old now. She has very small, petite features. Her head is very small. Her ears are very short, and they also have a curve to them. They're kind of like a potato chip. They're kind of like a curved situation. Her ears don't sit up like normal cats. They don't even, like normal cats' ears sit like this or like this. Hers sit like this. They're very, kind of like a little wave, like a little Pringle situation with her ears. They're very short. They're also very dense too. She doesn't like her ears messed with, unlike some other cats who like their ears messed with. She's very, very small, and she's also very vocal. She gets wet food a couple times a day. The rest of them really don't care for it that much. Besides that, she just kind of mooches on whatever's left from anyone else. Because she's so small, we've always given her a lot more wet food because she has stunted growth, and we're trying to get her to grow up big and strong still, since she's still less than a year old. But it doesn't really work. She yells constantly. Like, she's a very vocal one. She'll yell at you if she needs something, whether it's love, attention, more wet food. You know, even if she wants to be carried to her dry food, she'll yell until she's carried there, and then you have to pet her until she gets that first bite crunch. When she crunches the first bite of food, then you can stop petting her, but she will not eat until she's petted and comforted. She's a diva, if I've ever seen one. But she's very sweet as well. Also, since we got a new kitten after her, she's also become a lot more cuddly, which is pretty nice. And she's also had a lot of health problems because she was fixed so soon. Like, we got her at 8 weeks old, and she had already been fixed and healed and everything. So we think she had just been fixed too early, or she has dwarfism. But either way, she's had a lot of issues health-wise with her digestion, with her nose. She has a lot of allergies. She's also had issues with her eyes. She's had a lot of medical issues, gone to the vet a lot of times, but as of right now, she's just suffering from allergy issues. And if I put the nose relief medication in her wet food, she knows. She knows. But that's about Akasha. She's very small, very yelly little girl. Okay, lastly is the newest addition to our family, and this is Poe, named after Edgar Allan Poe. But someone said, Poe, like a Teletubby, and I can't unhear that situation, but his name is Poe. I was confused about one syllable. Our 3 newest cats before him, Anubis, Azrael, and Akasha, A names, beautiful A gothic themed names, right? Because he's not a solid black cat and the other 3 are, I didn't think we had to stick with the A theme if we ever got another black cat. Obviously they don't have an A name, but Poe, Edgar Allan Poe, he's very small. I didn't know about the 1-syllable name situation though, but the other options were Herman, like Herman Munster, and he just doesn't seem like a Herman, so he ended up being Poe. Cortland loved it, so it stuck. And sometimes I just call him little or small, like S-M-O-L, small. He's either little or small. Most of the time I don't call him Poe. But he's only 7 or 8 weeks old at this point. He still likes baby milk replacement. He likes soft wet foods all the time, preferably ones with higher protein, but he doesn't like kitten food. He doesn't like pate. It's not wet enough for him. He likes wet, you know, creamy chunks and stuff and shreds of chicken with broth. And he's trying to eat more dry food these days. He eats dry food when he has nothing else up there. He's not as screamy, yelly, as needy as Akasha is, even though she's much older than him. Akasha is just spoiled rotten. This one's actually, like, for being a baby, babies are a lot of work. He is a lot of work, but he's been a really good baby. He's having a hard time learning the litter box still. We haven't really nailed that down yet. He'll poop in the litter box. He will not always pee in the litter box. If he wakes up from a nap, he pees immediately. He doesn't know to go to the box yet. He also struggles a little bit with, like, when he's eating, he'll pee. Like, when he's, like, if he gets excited about some new wet food I've put in front of him, he'll pee instantly. So we've been cleaning up a lot of messes, but, you know, he's still young. We still have to work on it. We still have to get him fixed once he's of age. We don't want to get him fixed too early like Akasha and become stunted and have health issues. So we're waiting on that. He's learning everything really well. We actually learned last night that he can climb the stairs. And I don't like that at all because he's very, very small. He's got a very round little baby belly still. And we learned last night, we went to go upstairs. We're working on the bedroom makeover video currently. And we went upstairs to go hang the curtains and we thought, oh, we'd be right back down. We can leave him downstairs. No, he can climb the stairs now, which scares me. He can go up the stairs just fine. That doesn't scare me. I'm scared of him coming down the stairs and getting hurt. That scares the hell out of me. I don't like that. Like, he can come upstairs with us, fine. You know, it's gonna take him a little longer to get up there because he couldn't really walk a couple weeks ago and now he's thriving and hopping around. I'm worried about him going down the stairs. It freaks me out. I don't know, he's too small. It's scary. But yeah, Poe is being a very good baby. He's learning a lot. I really just didn't want another, it sounds so rude. I didn't want another baby. I didn't want a baby. I said if we were gonna get another cat, it was gonna be an older, elderly cat who needs a home, you know, because they're less likely to get adopted. But we found him out in our yard, under our shed, and his mama wasn't coming back for him. And he was the only one, which was really weird because kittens usually happen in litters. And we haven't seen his mom. We saw what we think is his daddy cat. It's a black and white feral cat in our neighborhood. He comes in our yard sometimes. And I try to feed him, but he's very, very sketchy, very scared of us. I can't pet him. I can't get near him. I'll be like, hi. And I try to talk to him. He'll dip. He's out of the yard. So sometimes I'll leave wet food and some dry food out on a plate near our gate and see if he'll eat some. It does get eaten, so I don't know if it's from him or from raccoons or possums or what. I try to leave food out for him, but he's not very friendly. I don't know how to capture him and get him fixed and release him again. I don't know how that's gonna happen. But Poe, I assume that's Poe's daddy. I haven't seen his mommy again, and I don't know if all the rest of the kittens were moved somewhere and he got left behind, or if he was the only one from the litter that made it. But he was under our shed and it's over 100 degrees and his mommy wasn't coming back, so we brought him in, gave him milk replacer. He couldn't even walk on his own. He was very malnourished. Nourished when we brought him inside, but he's doing so much better now, and I'm glad we don't have to feed him out of a bottle anymore. That's made my life a lot easier. But anyways, that is all about all 6 of our cats. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was entertaining in some way. I feel like I've just been ranting about my babies. These are my babies. I don't think we're gonna get any more cats. I mean, if anything, I think we both agreed we would probably get one more. Just 7, I don't know. I don't like odd numbers in general. But I think Cortland and I both agreed we would probably get one more if we ever got another one. If it never came in circumstance, we ever found another one, we probably would get one more, but no more after that. You know, I feel like we already have a lot as it is, but we do have a lot of space, and we do take a lot of time every day to take care of them. We have 4 cat trees. We built them a big screen and porch. This weekend we're building them an outside, like outdoor patio area for their litter boxes that's going to be covered from the elements, so at least some of their litter boxes can be outside and kind of aired out rather than having a lot of litter in our house that smells up the room. We have tons of beds everywhere. Our cats kind of run this house, honestly, but I love them so much anyways. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're looking for any tips and tricks, let me give you a couple of tips and tricks if you're gonna have multiple cats. 1, multiple giant litter boxes. 2, litter crystals. 3, automatic pet feeders. Make sure you check the Amazon reviews though if you're going to get them off Amazon, because sometimes they disconnect from the Wi-Fi. Automatic pet feeders have been a game changer. And then giant water fountains. They like moving water. They don't like stagnant water. Refilling a water bowl all the time is impractical for multiple cats. So having a big water fountain that kind of flows, keeps the water moving, and has filters in it is a great idea. And then let me give you 5 tips. The 5th one is making sure you have a variety of toys. Some cats like crinkles. Anubis loves crinkles. He loves crunchy things. Meanwhile, Azrael loves plushy things, you know? Like, give them a variety, not just the same texture, because everyone has their own different preferences in life, and so do cats. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great and safe day, though, wherever you are. Bye, guys.